Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. In the last part we concluded the main part of our journey after becoming the Hoenn League champion by defeating Steven, and also May was there in a surprise fight at the end. And now it's time for us to start off the post-game. It's not going to be as extensive in my memory as the Soul Silver LP was in that regard, but we got a whole lot to do still in this game. XXXX, the XXth day of the XXth month. Moss Deep Space Center Celestial Observatory. Professor Cosmo, it's a disaster! The meteorite's trajectory, it suddenly changed direction. Now it's on a collision course with our planet. What? Recheck the data. Update the course calculations and confirm the new trajectory. Target locked on. Confirming the meteoroid's new expected trajectory now. According to the numbers, it should make impact somewhere southwest of Zootopolis on a small island off Route 131. But changing trajectories mid-flight, it's almost like it's alive. But Professor, what should we do? What do we do? Calm yourself, man. Yes, sir. So it's come to this. Looks like I won't be needing this. Hip. That's so much better. Oh, I feel so free. That uniform got pretty stinky after a while, and all sweaty, too. Oh, my adorable little Aster. Are you that happy to see me looking like myself again? Aw, you're just so darn cute, like always. But there's not much time left for us. It'll only be a matter of weeks. No, days. Things have gotten a bit tricky now since that kid managed to stop one of the super ancient Pokemon from being revived like it should have been. Not that it's a really big deal. I've already thought of a new plan. If I just tweak a bit with a keystone, one with plenty of that built up. I swear I'll protect you. Aster. So this is a type of post-game they started doing for a little bit in Gen 6 that lasted all the way through to Gen 8 and technically does exist in some form in Gen 9, but it's a little bit different given the different setup. Why, if it isn't Kyle? It's been some time since I last saw you, but you look stronger, somehow. That's the impression I get. But your old man hasn't given up yet. Oh, and before I forget, I was thinking of giving these to you. Ooh. They're tickets to the Star Show that's being held at the Moss Deep Space Center. I was really planning to go with your mom, but it looks like I've got to rush back to the gym in Petalburg. Oh, You know, it is a pair of tickets. Why don't you invite that little cutie May from next door to come along? Now I'd better be heading back to the gym. Thanks for looking after the house while I'm away, dear. Of course, dear. You have a safe trip. Oh, that dad of yours, he comes home for the first time in ages and all he talks about is Pokémon. Why can't he ever just let go and relax? And tomorrow, the long-awaited Star Show will finally begin. We've got all the latest news and updates. Oh, well, and just like that, look at this, Kyle. At last, the lit Leonid meteor shower returns to illuminate Hoenn's night sky. The Star Show held at the Moss Deep Space Center will provide the best view of the shooting stars from the center's lofty viewing deck. We hope you all will take the chance to join. Oh, it sounds lovely. The lit Leonids, huh? I remember going to see them with your dad 11 years ago when they last passed by. You should march right over to invite that neighbor girl you're friends with. You can't let that pair of tickets you got from Dad go to waste, so take her along. I feel like I'm being forced into something here, but you know what? It sounds neat. I'll talk more about the specifics of how this post-game is going to play out in a few moments, because we got a lot of cutscenes here, and frankly, get used to that over the next several parts. Huh? Whoa, are we in sync or what? You know, I was just thinking about you. It's great to meet you. It is our first real meeting, right? Yeah, that's right. Of course it is. The name's Zinnia, and you... Well, I know all about you. You're Kyle, of course. You're the new Pokemon League champion. And you're one of those special few who use Mega Evolution to get even closer to their Pokemon. Now, aren't you? Okay, I know. I'll leave it alone. Look, I'm stopping. But this sure is a nice place, isn't it, Little Root Town? Everybody living here is just so nice, too. Like that neighbor of yours. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to go on like that. We should keep our first meeting short and sweet, don't you think? Until next time, then. Bye-bye. Are you just standing out here waiting for me to show up, or what? First off, though, more notably, Mewtwo Knight X over here. We got Mewtwo Knight Y just before the Pokemon League. I'll talk about those when I have some time later on in the post-game. So the first good chunk of the post-game here in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that we do need to complete in order to access quite a bit of the rest of it is the second in a chain of several post-games we had between Gen 6 and 8, where the main chunk of the post-game is a linear chunk of storytelling through the game's earlier areas in order to reach a second ending of sorts. It started with the stuff over in Lumiose in X and Y, and they kept it going through the end of the base Gen 8. It's not really a thing in Gen 9 as much. But due to the pacing of it, there's a whole lot of cutscenes right next to each other in a row, so we're going to be focusing on that through the next several videos. Most of your active playing when you're not reading is just going to a prior location you've already been to, and I'm going to be jump cutting past a lot of the traveling to begin with, because it's, again, places we've largely been to already. Ow. May, are you okay? Oh, what should I do? What should I do? Oh, Wibble. It's not that big of a deal, Mom. She just knocked me down a bit. Ah, that stings. Oh, Kyle! Kyle, you're all right, huh? Oh, that's a relief. It all happened so fast that I couldn't do a thing, but some strange woman came in my window upstairs. And then she took my keystone from me. I tried to fight her off with my team, but she was really strong. I didn't stand a chance. I think I heard her muttering under her breath as she left, though. Something like, Petalburg's next? Kyle, be careful.
Ominous! We should get over there as soon as possible.
Who could have done such a thing to my sweet girl?
I guess we'll find out. What do we got up here?
Matt?
You're such a little pain. Shut up and give me the keystone.
I don't have it, I tell you.
Don't play dumb. I already know you can use Mega Evolution.
Are you even listening? I've been telling you. Kyle!
What the? You punk. Just in time, aren't you? I'm gonna take your keystone first, you jerk.
Matt once again returns, but get this, he once again still only has the one Sharpedo. Rough Skin for its ability, of course, Poison Fang, Crunch, Agility, and Skull Bash. Honestly, a decent moveset for a Sharpedo on the whole, but it's still a Sharpedo that we are closing in on being 20 levels higher than. So this fight shouldn't be an issue for any players, really. Same with its match over in Omega Ruby, where you're fighting, I believe, if memory serves, just a camera up again, because, you know, Team Magma. At least we're not seeing too many of them anymore.
Ah, you clown. Always getting up in my business. It's gonna be like that. I'm off to Meteor Falls.
Bye. Thank you so much, Kyle. That strange man suddenly attacked me, demanding that I hand over my keystone. The truth is, I couldn't give it to him even if I wanted to. My keystone is gone. I left it in the house when I went out and it just disappeared. What in the world is going on? If someone like that ever shows up again, I've got to protect my mom and dad. You be careful too, Kyle.
I'm sensing a trend here so far.
The entry call version 0.09 app rang on your Pokénav Plus.
Hello? Hello? Is that you, Kyle? It's me, Steven. Have you been doing well? I imagine you must be quite shocked. This is a communication mode that Devin is still currently developing. It comes installed on every Pokénav Plus. I thought I would only use it if I needed to contact you urgently, but it looks as though that time has already come. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but I need you to come to the Devin Corporation in Rustboro. There's something I have to talk to you about in person. I'll be waiting for you there.
Well, I guess we're heading up in that direction anyway, because Matt was talking about Meteor Falls, so, Worth noting, there are some other events we can technically do at this point that are unlocked directly by becoming the champion rather than finishing the Delta episode, but I'm just going to wait until they're all done so we can do it all at once. Kyle, I'm sorry about summoning you so suddenly. It's well known how often my intuition turns out to be right. But I never imagined we would be meeting again this soon. I'm sorry to say it's not happy news that brings us together. This isn't something we should discuss in public. Let's continue this inside. After you. Dad, Kyle's here.
Well, welcome, welcome. It's been quite a while.
Hasn't it?
Oh, I suppose I'm just getting old.
Recently I seem to forget details just as soon as I learn them.
Dad? Oh, I know what you want to say. My, what a hasty, impatient one you are.
What are we to do with such an impatient one for our Pokemon League champion?
Huh?
Oh, is that so? So you're the new champion, Kyle. Then I guess we'll never break you of that impatience after all, Steven.
Dad!
I know. Can't you take a joke? Now then, Kyle, I'm afraid that I'm planning to start out on a rather long and quite heavy topic. Are you sure that you're ready to take all of it in? I guess so. Then I suppose I should begin. Let me first take us back 3,000 years to the days when this story began. There was a great war at that time in a region far from here. That war was finally brought to an end by a weapon created by one man. And what energy source could power such a dreadful weapon? Do you know? You see, it ran on the life energy of Pokémon. The energy that could be gained by the sacrifice of so many Pokémon. There are surely many people who would call it reprehensible. But my grandfather, the president of Devon before me, said this. Couldn't we use the energy to improve the lives of people in Pokémon? And so he developed our greatest creation here at the Devon Corporation, Infinity Energy. Thanks to Infinity Energy, Devon was able to become one of the top industries in Hoenn and developed into the giant you see today. You may be surprised to learn that the Devon parts you once recovered for us were, in fact, parts of a motor that would make it possible to power a submarine using Infinity Energy. It was not long before we began to expand our attempts to further human development. Next, we moved into exploring space. The rockets launched from the Mos Eisley Space Center using our Infinity Energy. They are the true results of our dreams, our passion, and our technology. But never did we imagine they could end up as the best hope for saving our world. My preamble has been quite long, but we arrive at last at the real issue. That is the overwhelming catastrophe which now approaches us. A huge asteroid more than 6 miles in diameter is currently on track to collide with our planet. We've been working together with the Mos Eisley Space Center, which was first to recognize this danger. We are devising countermeasures that would use our rockets, but in order for these plans to succeed, though, we need a meteorite shard. So that's it. You want him to go and get that shard for you. Ha! That's my boy, all right. I knew you'd understand at once. It was hardly a deduction worthy of praise. I want you to make your way to the Granite Cave near Dewford. According to our surveys, you should be able to find the kind of meteorite shards that we need there. And you, Steven. I want you, son, to head for the Space Center at once to start the preparations, using that link cable that I gave you. The link cable? So it's to be a warp system. Yes, I understand. But Granite Cave? Ah, I see the floor where we first met. The floor with the ancient wall paintings. It is true that there were many shards of meteorite scattered about there. It looks as though it's decided then, Kyle. I will head for the Space Center in Moss Deep. If I learn anything, I will contact you at once. Though it'll end up as another one-sided message like the one I sent you, I'm afraid. Good luck. Steven, you be careful. Then, I'll be counting on the two of you to take care of this for me. If you forget just what it is you need to do, come talk to me again. Assuming I remember as well. Well, that's a stake increase, isn't it? That's, more spin-off territory, usually. That's something you'd more see in, like, Ranger or especially Mystery Dungeon. Actually, very literally Mystery Dungeon. If you know, you know. So, let's just head over back to Dewford and get back into Granite Cave so we can check out the floor where we first met Steven. But along the way, I ran into a Makuhita, and I went, you know what? Why not? I got the spare Ultra Balls. I'll try and catch it. You'll see me do this a good bit here in the post-game, just because I have enough Ultra Balls and most of the legendaries that are in the game are caught already. But there are still plenty enough where I still buy Ultra Balls along the way. Makuhita, the Guts Pokemon. Makuhita has a tireless spirit. It will never give up hope. It eats a lot of food, gets plenty of sleep, and it trains very rigorously. By living that way, this Pokemon packs its body with energy. Sweet! Over to the box with you. To probably be taken out at least once to do level grinding with, for reasons I'll get into way later in the post-game. Oh, hello again. Well, it seems like it's true. It really is just like the wall painting there. This one shows primal reversion, while that one shows mega evolution. I guess that proves it once and for all. Our great ancestors once lived here, too. The ancestors who passed down through me the knowledge of how to protect the world. How to avert the threat that will appear from space as long was foretold. From a place higher even than the heavens. What is it, Aster? Oh? We do seem to meet an awful lot, Kyle. Are you also interested in this old painting? Or are you here for the other? For one of the meteorite shards that can serve as a source of power for the legendary Pokemon that lives in the heavens above. Either way, you know I adore you. That's it, I can't help it, I have to battle you. I'll play nice though and ask first. You ready to battle me, right? I mean, I guess? Sure. That's my boy. Now let's do it. Give me a good taste of everything you and your Pokemon have to offer. Starting off, Zinnia is actively going to be throwing a new Pokemon at us. She's going to be throwing out her Tyrantrum. Strong Jaw for its ability, so its Bite-type moves are increased in power by 50%. Dragon Claw, Crunch, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. Good moveset for an already good Pokemon. Tyrantrum is one of the Gen 6 fossil Pokemon, evolving from its pre-evolution when leveled up during the day at level 39 or above. Strong Jaw or Rockhead for its ability, so either it's doing more damage with its bites or it's not taking recoil damage. Tyrantrum is a rock dragon type, so it's weak to Fighting, Ground, Steel, Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. So, decent list of weaknesses, but thankfully none of them are quadruple weaknesses. Tyrantrum as a Pokemon has an okay HP stat, but amazing physical attack and defense on the whole. Its special stats aren't great and it's not too fast, but again, with its moveset, you're using it for those physical stats. Meanwhile, its partner, that's the other fossil from Gen 6, is more the inverse. Otherwise, Zinnia also has her Altaria, Natural Cure for its ability, Dragon Pulse, Moonblast, Flamethrower, and Hyper Voice. And finally, she's throwing out her Salamence, Intimidate for its ability, Dragon Claw, Crunch, Fire Fang, and Thunder Fang. Salamence can be a threat in basically any situation, even with the level differences though, so be careful what you're throwing out against it. With that said, since I have some good moves myself, as well as the, 11 level difference here, we're in pretty good shape. Not many fights here, even in Delta episode, will probably present much of a threat, though there is a way that the post-game can throw some real threats at you. We'll be talking about probably in the next chunk of 5 videos after this one, if memory serves. Yes, that's it. That's just what I was looking for. Nice, real nice, Kyle. Oh, I really felt that one. Full points to you. That settles it. You get this meteorite shard as a reward. I mean, I'll take it, but I was probably just gonna, like, gather, like, 10 off the floor and take them and see which one worked best. That glittering meteorite that you've got there. Huh. It's sure giving off some vibes. I'd keep a tight hold on it if I were you, along with that shard I just gave you. Hey, the actions that you're taking now, are they based on the ideals you cling to? Or are they based on actual truths? And if they are, how much of the truth do you think you know? Yes, ma'am, moving out. Such a spoiled girl you are, Aster. So what'll be our next stop, huh, sweetie? I mean, given the odds at this point, we're probably going to run into you there eventually. Oh, hello.
Kyle, were you able to find the meteorite shard that we need? If you were able to secure it, could you hurry back to us at the Moss Deep Space Center? I'm afraid we don't seem to have much time left. I'll be waiting for you.
If anything, thanks to the changes they gave Fly, especially in this generation, getting from destination to destination for this postgame is pretty easy. The meteorite has once again changed its description, though. Some sort of pattern has risen to the surface, and it's shining with 7 colors of light. That thing has changed drastically since we first got it over at Mount Chimney. Also, worth noting this relatively early into the Delta episode. Barring the chunk at the very start of it, I did record pretty much the entirety of the Delta episode in one session, so if I seem especially a little bit tired or distracted later on in it, it's probably because of that exact reasoning. I'm just tired, and it's the end of a long day and all that jazz. You must be Kyle. Mr. Stephen Stone told me he was expecting you. This way, please. Professor Cosmo, if I may interrupt you. Ah, Kyle, thank you for coming. And you brought the meteorite shard with you. Well done. I was rather surprised to learn that you knew the professor. You really do seem to make connections everywhere you go. Now then, Professor. Could I ask you to explain once more about the current plan? Indeed. Please, come this way. I imagine that you've heard some of the situation from President Stone already. Our current plan involves using the infinity energy within our rocket, combined with the life energy of humans found in keystones. We will start off by artificially replicating the massive energy that is triggered at the time of Mega Evolution. We will fire the energy produced from our rockets into space and create a warp hole. By creating a warp hole in the path of the incoming meteoroid, we hope to be able to transport it somewhere far away from here. As a matter of fact, this technology already exists and has been incorporated in some of our commonly used devices. I think you know what I mean. Those panels that spin you about and then out you come warp to another spot. I imagine you've stepped on a few such. An audacious plan, and using such technology you would. May I ask where exactly the asteroid will be warped to? Well, we're not entirely sure, but we do have a device that links the warp holes. We've named it the link cable. But there's no need to worry. Based on our theory, we can at least guarantee that we will be sending it away from our planet. However, we've realized that we will need more energy than originally anticipated to control the link cable properly. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but with one more meteorite shard... Nice! So this is the heart of the famous Space Center everyone talks about. Pretty impressive, huh, Aster? Excuse me, young lady, you can't just let yourself in here. Oh, where's the harm in it? Don't be such a stick in the mud. Right. Who are you? You're no sightseer. Oh, me, we do seem to keep running into one another. You are a busy boy, Kyle. Who are you? What are you doing here? Me? I'm Zinnia. Just your regular old tourist, nothing more. Dreaming of taking a little trip into space? Oh, I see. So this is what has come of human technology and of hope and blood and sweat and tears and... Well, the list gets kind of long and boring, but it contains everything, huh? I know all about it. About just what kind of energy you're using to fuel this rocket thing. The abominable technology humanity first thought up 3,000 years ago. So you're once again planning to claim that this is best for humanity? Or best for the whole darn world? It's a snap of your fingers to repeat the sins of the past. Worse, if what I overheard is true, this time you're about to commit an error more abominable than before. Tell me, would you rather we sit here wringing our hands waiting for that meteoroid to strike us? Oh, what's up with that? You're a pretty simple guy for a former Pokemon League champion. Then I guess I'll hang my hopes on what our current champion will have to say. So how about it, Kyle? What do you think? Do you have some better idea? I mean, there's probably some other methods, but if this one's been thought through this well... Really? Too bad. Guess I was expecting more than I should have from you. That's fine though, that's pretty normal. Look, I'm not here to criticize the way you guys are looking at this, but I want to be sure you've thought this through well and good. You know, there are necessary sacrifices, and there are unnecessary sacrifices. What a disappointment. This is the best you could do with all your knowledge and technology? Instead of trying to make something out of nothing, you'd rather repeat the mistakes of the past straight up? No, you're gonna add new mistakes on top. That really takes the cake. You guys need some imagination. Oops, but you were all in the middle of a conversation or something, right? Sorry about that. I guess we'll just let ourselves out then. Come on, Aster. Who was that woman? And the way she spoke to us, it's almost as if she came here for some kind of confirmation. And yet, I feel as though I should know her from somewhere. Ah, Professor, forgive me. I believe you were trying to tell us something before that woman interrupted us. Yes, you see, in order to complete the warp hole, we will need another meteorite shard, an extremely pure one. Then should we head to Granite Cave once again? No, the kind of meteorite shard we need this time can only be found at Meteor Falls. Meteor Falls? I see. Perhaps we'll learn something there. I will head to Meteor Falls at once. Follow as soon as you're ready. I feel we might discover even more than a meteorite shard there. Like I said, a whole lot of cutscenes, areas we've already been to before, but at least at this point, we can actively finally go fully explore Meteor Falls, and we have a reason to actively do so. I brought up earlier in the LP that we could have technically done that after getting the ability to use Waterfall on the map from Sutopolis. But I specifically waited until the Delta episode to explore the area, as then we can get most of everything we can do there done in one trip. I say most, because there's one thing we can't do there until after we complete the Delta episode. If you know, you know. But we're not going to do that until next time. For the rest of today, we're actively going to go take a look at the Mirage spot that spawned in on the day I recorded pretty much the entirety of the Delta episode. As hey, might as well, since it's here, there's some new items we can grab along the way, and I do actively run into new Pokemon while we're here. When I listed the Pokemon that were in the Mirage spots earlier in the LP, worth noting that a lot of those are just a collated list. Most Mirage spots only have at most 4 Pokemon, 6 if they have rocks you can smash along the way. And even then, there's a lot that have duplicates. But in this one, we find Clink. This is a Gen 5 pure Steel type, so it is weak to fighting, ground, and fire, but immune to poison. Clink, for a first stage Pokemon, has a decent defense stat, but the rest of its stats are decently low. But if you actively take it along its full evolution route, which is entirely leveling based, you get a very good mixed physical Pokemon with a good physical attack stat, a great physical defense stat, and some decent speed and special defense to back it up as well. I've used this to pretty good effect in the past, but again, as I've briefly talked about, Gen 5 has probably one of the most usable Pokedexes in the series to me, so the fact there's so many good Pokemon from it isn't that surprising. Ability-wise, Clink can have either plus or minus, just like plus or minus, so it does pretty well in doubles with Pokemon with the opposite ability. But its hidden ability is Clear Body, so you can actively avoid status changes in that regard as well. Really, really good Steel type. I might use one whenever I get to Black and White or Black and White 2. I'll figure it out when I eventually get to that point, though. Clink, the Gear Pokemon. The two mini-gears that mesh together are predetermined. Each will rebound from other mini-gears without meshing. Also worth noting, and I did say pretty much as much when we were first in a Mirage spot that was a random island like this. Whenever you're going to a Mirage spot, you should probably have a Pokemon that knows Rock Smash, or have one that can learn it while you're there, as breaking the rocks around these are pretty useful for trying to find fossils from earlier Pokemon games. If you're trying to get those for your Pokedex, hey, that's going to go a long way. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 32, we're heading over to Meteor Falls to finally explore the full area. See you guys then.